Hello and welcome back to another edition of Check It Out. Okay friends, if you're watching this one, well, you're thinking about getting a vasectomy. So I'm going to talk about my experience. This is 6 months I had it done in December, so about 6 months since my vasectomy. I'll take you back all the way to day one and bring you up to steam on where I'm at now. So, also I've made about, I don't know, 6 of these videos, 5 of these videos. So do me a favor, if you want to say thanks to me, subscribe to the channel, and then you can also go check out my playlist and look under there, and there's a playlist that says vasectomy or something along those lines. And you can see that I made a video, I think just a few hours after the surgery, and then I made a video like the second day, third day, first week, 1 month, something like that. And now that brings us all the way to 6 months out. So let me start by saying this. I am not in the medical field. This is not medical advice, nowhere near it. No advice here, just documenting my experience in case you're thinking about getting a vasectomy. So first things first is, let me give you a little background. I'm 45 years old, have 3 kids. Wife and I talked it through. That's for sure our last one, no more kids. So that's why it was a very easy decision for me. It was kind of black and white, right? So if you're younger, if you're whatever, hey, you're gonna have to decide that one on your own. But for the most part, if you're gonna do a vasectomy, seems to me like it's once you do it, it's pretty much done. Can they go back and reverse it? I think they actually can now, but I think it's a very complicated, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't type of procedure. Again, I'm not fully educated on that, so I don't know for sure. But my point is, make sure you do your homework, spend some time thinking about if it's the right thing for you. So we decided it was the right thing for me, and I'll tell you what was easier than I thought. I'll tell you what was harder than I thought. I'll tell you what was in between. So when I had the surgery done, there's some funny details, and you can watch the first videos for that one there, like shaving down there and that kind of stuff, and I give a little advice on that part. But one of the frustrating things I ran into was, so basically I had the vasectomy done. It hurt more than I thought, and I kind of explained that a little bit. Not enough that I wouldn't do it. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I feel like I could have, like had a little something like that done and toughed it out. And I've heard of other guys like going back to work the same day or the next day. I wish I would have taken about 2 or 3 days off. All of a sudden, at about 2.5, 3 days, the pain went from like a 7 out of 10 to like a 2 out of 10, where it wasn't a big deal. And it happened like kind of literally overnight. So anyway, I would, if I did it again, I would have taken maybe 2 or 3 days off work and just relaxed a little bit. So back to the frustrating part is, I believe I had to go back after 6 weeks, something around there, and give a sample. The sample, guys, is not as bad as you think. So for me, at least, I was allowed to take care of that business at home. And then I had like an hour, I believe, to bring that sample in. And you put it in like a discreet, or I put it in a discreet brown bag that they give you, and you write all your information on there ahead of time, and you can kind of duck your head, drop it off, and wave goodbye. So it really wasn't a big deal at all. And again, if you're younger, I can see why you might be a little embarrassed of it. But I'm 45, I don't care anymore, whatever. But even I was kind of, I say that, but even I was kind of like, here's the bag, can I leave? All right, see you later. So I was thinking that they let me know, okay, there's no sperm in there, you're good to go, but that's not the phone call I got. It was there's no sperm, you are looking good so far, but we want you to give us another sample in 3 months. And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? So I had to wait another 3 months, and obviously during those 3 months, I had to practice birth control, right? So until I got a clean bill of health or a clean sperm-free bill of health. So I ended up waiting the 3 months. I've heard rumors of people not going back, guys not going back for that second trip to make sure it worked, or even the first one. Boy, I would do what the doctor says to do. So there is a person who watched some of these other videos who said that their boyfriend or husband or whatever did not go back in and just assumed that it worked, and that guy ended up getting his wife or girlfriend or whatever pregnant. So I am not here to give you advice, but I will tell you, I would follow what the doctor says. Go back. If they tell you to go back twice, go back twice. And obviously practice safe sex between until you get that full-blown, clean bill of no sperm. And I did get that about 2 months ago or so. So now I can have fun with the wife without having to worry about birth control. So let me take you a little bit back to, I know some of you were asking about the pain and that kind of thing and how things worked. So once I hit about, and by the way, you do have to take care of business, guys. I believe it was once or twice a day for the first several weeks. So you can kind of keep that one in mind. And then, and in the beginning, I didn't have a lot of pain, but it just didn't feel quite normal down there. But once I got past that, sort of like maybe it was 4 or 5 weeks or 6 weeks or something like that, everything's been totally normal. So now when my wife and I are intimate, there's absolutely no difference between now and before the procedure. So can't feel anything different whatsoever. It's just as good, just as awesome, just as whatever. So, all right, guys, listen, I think that's about all I have to say for today's video, but I hope you enjoyed this. I may make one more follow-up video, so if you want to, you could ask any questions down in the comment section below. But again, I'm just kind of giving you the practical from a non-professional answers to your questions, right? Again, no medical advice, no nothing like that. Just kind of documenting my experience on getting that vasectomy done. All right, guys, hope you appreciate these videos. If you do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. I always like it when you guys subscribe to the channel. Helps me a ton. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.